My grandmother once told me she believes that the average girl begins to plan her wedding at the age of 7. Tells me that she picks the colors and the cake first. By the age of 10, she knows the time and the location. By 17, she's already chosen the gown, animated for honor. By 22, she's waiting for somebody who doesn't break out in hives when they hear the word commitment. Someone who doesn't smell like a Band-Aid drenched and lonely. Someone who is more than a temporary solution to the empty side of the bed. Someone that'll hold her hand like it's the only one that they've ever seen. To be honest, I don't know what tuxedo I'll be wearing. I have no clue what my wedding will look like. But I imagine the woman who pins my last name to hers, she will butterfly down the aisle like a 5-foot promise. I imagine that her smile will be so big that you will see it on Google Maps and you will know exactly where our wedding is being held. The woman that I plan to marry, she will have champagne in her walk and I will get drunk on her footsteps. When the pastor asks me if I take this woman to be my wife, I'll say yes before he even finishes the sentence. I'll apologize later for being impolite, but I will also explain to him that our first kiss happened 6 years ago and I've been practicing my yes for the past 2,165 days. When people ask me about my wedding, I never really know what to say. When they ask me about my future wife, I always tell them that her eyes are the only Christmas lights that deserve to be seen all year long. I tell them that if I could, I would shapeshift into the first thing she thinks about in the morning just to make sure no matter where I am in the world, I will always wake up next to her. I tell them she has a walk that can make an atheist believe in God just long enough to say, God, damn. I tell her that if my alarm clock sounded like her voice, my snooze button would collect dust. That if she came in a bottle, I would drink her until my vision is blurry and my friends take away my keys. I tell them that if she was a book, I would memorize her table of contents. I would read her cover to cover, hoping to find typos just so we can both have something to work on, because aren't we all unfinished? Don't we all need a little editing? Aren't we all waiting to be read by someone praying they will tell us that we make sense? She don't always make sense, but her imperfections are the things that I love about her the most. I don't know when I'll be married. I don't know where I'll be married, but I do know this. Whenever I'm asked to describe my future wife, I do so as best as I can. And every single time, she sounds a lot like you. Thank you. So status update, that shit didn't work out at all. God damn, it was bad. So then I wrote this poem. If you're ready for the poem, say let's go.
Let's go!
1. If I could, I would nail these hands to the edges of stars. I would sacrifice this body to the sky, hoping to resurrect as someone spiteful enough to not care this much about you. 2. Staple me to a cross. Pierce my side with a broken promise, and I will bleed all the reasons why you deserve one more chance. 3. Loving you was the last thing I felt really good at. 4. You want to know how I got these scars? Well, I ripped every last piece of you out of my smile. 5, I whispered you stardust. 6, I spoke you into sunflower. 7, I dipped my hands in forever. I touched you infinity, treated you as if you were the last molecule of oxygen inside of a gas chamber. I was good to you. 8, you want to know how I got these scars? I swallowed my pride. Then it clawed its way out of my mouth. 9, I realized that I was never really your boyfriend. I was your hype man. 10, hope your next boyfriend gets smallpox. 10, yes, I said smallpox. 10, I hate you. 10, but I still miss you. 10, and I still love you. 10, I still love you. 10, I still love you. 10, it's hard for me to count when I get emotional. 10, I heard that over 90% of human interaction is nonverbal, so 10. If I could, I would tie your arms to a daydream and then auction you off to my fondest memory. To the random dude who started dating my ex-girlfriend 2 days after we broke up, yes, I saw that shit on Facebook. Now, when I realized that you were in a relationship with the girl that I thought I would spend the rest of my life with, I walked outside. I said to myself, there's no way Ashton Kutcher is going to catch me off guard. I waited 45 minutes and I realized there hadn't been a new episode of Punk'd in almost 4 years. I guess I'm the only practical joke in this entire situation. 1, the first time I saw you and her in a picture, I wanted to take my entire arm, shove it inside of the phone and snatch the happiness right off of your face. 2, if I ever see you in the street, I'm probably going to punch punch you in the throat. 3, I apologize in advance. And I know that it makes no sense to have this much anger toward a man that I've never met face to face, but my definition of love is being robbed in an alley 8 times in a row and hoping there's something about today that makes all of this different. There is nothing logical about cutting off the most important parts of yourself and then putting them inside hands that shake, that tremble, that crack like a sidewalk. For there is nothing rational about love. Love stutters when it gets nervous. Love trips over its own shoelaces. Love is clumsy and my heart refuses to wear a helmet. 5, Cupid is fucking irresponsible. And I'm tired of him using me for target practice. 6, I was told that time heals all wounds, but what exactly do you do on days when it feels like the hands on your clock have arthritis? 7, she always wore her heart on her sleeve, so tell me, why the fuck do you look so familiar? 8, I think I've seen you somewhere in her smile. Like I've heard your voice in her laughter. I bet if we dusted her heart for fingerprints, we would only find yours. 9, I have this envelope. It's full of all the butterflies that I felt the first time she smiled in my direction. I think most of them are still alive. I guess these belong to you too. Thank you.